We didn't get a chance to speak to you yesterday, but looked like a hard practice yesterday with a little bit of competitiveness, some fire on the ice. What was the response to that one yesterday, and how did you guys incorporate that today and into another good practice?
Yeah, it was a good practice today too. It's easy to do it for one day. You got to do it the next and the day after that and keep it going. I think that's, you got to maintain that mindset and just work your way through a season. So, yesterday was good practice. We battled, pushed each other. Needs to carry on. It carried on today. Had a good practice again. We just got to carry on tomorrow and just push it day by day.
Dave and a lot of the other players said that the example or the precedent that was started with you and Connor and Leon. What's it like just kind of setting that tone for the guys? And do you have to kind of toe the line a little bit between physicality and competitiveness and just making sure everyone's going to be okay, things like that, avoiding injury?
Yeah, I mean, you want to push. I think that's the most important thing is you want to push the guy next to you. And in our case, we wanted to go out there and set the tone for each drill. And you want to push that guy as hard as possible. You want him to do the same for you because, I mean, you're not getting any better out there in practice if that's not the mindset and the mentality that you're bringing. So for us to go out there and set the tone was important, but I guess that's easy to do it for one day. Today was a good day too, so it's, you got to bring it every single day, though. You don't have any choices.
Darnell, are you a big believer in practice how you play, and if you bring that intensity every day to practice, that's going to carry over to a game?
Yeah, I think that's with everything. Whether you're working out, whether you're working out before practice, getting out there for practice, whether you're shooting on the goalies out there from wearing skate, those are just habits. You can't. If you don't bring those each and every day, it's hard to expect to have them when the game starts. So that's those are little parts of the game that we need to take more detail with.
Are there small details or habits, specifically in the penalty kill? The penalty kill has been very good for a few years, but in this last 6 weeks, obviously it's not at the level you guys want. What have you seen when you watch the film back? What are the small things missing in your PK right now?
It's like we're inches away from being in the right spot. We're inches away from cutting off a pass or being in the lane. Being inches away isn't good enough in this league. So as each man on that PK, yeah, we've had success. We know how to be good on the PK. We've done it before. All the guys in this room and on our PK for the most part have killed in this league for a long time. So we know we can do it. We know we need to be better. And like I said, it's just inches. And a lot of times you earn breaks on the PK, or you earn those inches back by playing the right way, by working hard, by outworking the PP, and we haven't done that enough in the last 6 weeks.
Everybody talks about when you play, confidence is such a big thing for every individual, and then as a team, you can't change the past record. You can only impact what's going to happen on Thursday. How do you ensure that it's positivity? Like, what do you do? Are you DJing more? What do you do to try to make sure that the guys are upbeat and not wallowing in feeling bad about themselves despite the recent trend?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're all professionals here, and we've all been through some type of stretch like this, whether, for young guys, if it was in junior, whether it's been in the NHL. There's, we have dunks in there who play on a team that won a cup that went through stretches like that. Like this happens throughout the league over the years. People have gone through it before. So, there's a process to working your way out of it, and we haven't found our way out of this stretch yet. But, I mean, the work and the way we push each other these last couple of days, if you can continue to do that day in and day out, that's how you get out of these. And that's how you become a better team and use adversity and grow from it. So that's, for us, that's what we got to use.
Hey, Darnell, good to see you again. The last couple of days, you've gone head-to-head with Connor McDavid in terms of the one-on-one battle drills. Today, the keep away to start practice. Who initiated that? Is that something you guys came up together to go against one another?
I think it's just, at this point, just second nature, probably for the last however many years. If there's a battle drill, we don't even have to look at each other. We just know where each other's going to go and go at it.
As an uber competitor like yourself, what are the benefits of going up against arguably the best player in the world in small drills like that?
Yeah, it's just you have to be at the top of your game at all seconds in the battle, and for me, I'm trying to push him and then make him uncomfortable and make him try to be better too. So it's like when we have the opportunity to go out there and battle together, he definitely pushes me to be at the top of my game, and on top of that, that just continues to carry over when you have that mindset.
Darnell, on a battle drill in practice, is there a line you have to walk to not get too over-aggressive so somebody gets hurt in the practice? This is a teammate, not an opposing player.
Yeah, I mean, if they're in a vulnerable position, you don't want to cross that line. So, been a lot of battle drills, so you usually know when to let up for a second. And
is there one thing in your mind that has to get better for this team? There's lots of people pointing to the PK, the goaltending, the giving up the first goal. Is there one thing in your mind that has to change, has to get better for you to get out of this?
I think all those things, when you boil it down, it comes down to keeping the puck at your net, and that's not just on the goaltenders. That's not just on one area of the game. That's on every single guy that gets out there on the ice from that initial puck drop. Team defense is so important in this league. Teams that are successful in this league, it doesn't matter, who they're standing from, because they play such a good, strong team defensive game. And we haven't done that enough for our goaltenders. We haven't done that enough for ourselves to give ourselves, the potential to win games, and we got to clean that up.
And the last couple of years, you've been second in your division. You've been able to avoid these 6-game losing streaks. I'm sure you thought, okay, the maturity in the team is there. So what do you think's happened then to get away from just losing one game, winning the next one, to get into 2 6-game losing streaks? How did it get to this?
I don't know if there's a way to say how it got to it. It's easy to look back on the past and say, it should just go the exact same way as it's gone 2 years. The last 2 years, things don't go in a straight line in professional sports. Things don't go in a straight line in life. So we're in a position here. We've always said at some point in the season you're gonna have to face adversity, and we've faced, I think, a lot of it, and we're not happy about it at all. But that's the position we're in. It doesn't matter. We could look back and feel sorry or feel bad, but we have 47 hockey games left and a lot of points on the table. For us, we got to make the most of this opportunity, not just sit and dwell on this.
Now, it looks like the NHL will quit testing players now after the All-Star game if they're asymptomatic. Do you wish that had happened to you before you had to sit out?
Yeah, I'm happy that they're going to that mall. I know, and everywhere today, if you're asymptomatic, you don't have to test. So it's nice as hockey players to be and professional athletes to be put in the same spot where you're not getting tested every day, and you're able to. They've done a great job to this point. The league's done a great job to this point of testing guys and keeping people safe. But I think it's just a progression, like what's going on in the world right now, where people are just moving away from testing asymptomatic people.
One last question. It looks like the NHL will come out with a new schedule tomorrow. There may be a lot of 3 games in 4 nights, back-to-backs. How difficult is it going to be for hardly ever playing to suddenly getting into situations where you're playing back-to-backs, 3 and 4, just so they wedge these games into February?
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to be able to just play and not sit around for 12 days, play games, sit around for another 4 days, 5 days, play a game. It'll be nice just to get into a rhythm and play every other night, and with some back-to-backs trickled in there.
Thank you.
Hey, Darnell, another question for me. Today, the Boston Bruins are retiring Willie O'Ree's number 22. Can you just talk about the significance of that ceremony for you personally, especially a day after Martin Luther King Day?
Yeah, it's a great moment. Obviously, Willie got inducted to the Hockey Hall of Fame. That was a big moment because obviously he's a trailblazer. He set the stage for a lot of players like myself, and I did a speech on Willie. I think it was like grade 6, and then got the opportunity to meet him and around my draft, and he's just one of the most humble people, and just cares about making the most for the community, of all hockey players, and making this an accessible sport for all. So he's a big role model, especially with the things that he does in his communities, and it's great to see that he's going to have his number retired.